Viewers are calling about strange lights in the sky.
Could it be the setting sun? No, the sun sets before 7 o'clock right now. So this was at 9:30 this evening, and we had numerous reports from southeast Indiana to Adams County here in Ohio. It's a rare sighting of the Aurora Borealis. That's what we had going on here this evening.
Visible across West Michigan and, in fact, all the way south to Missouri.
On Monday, 26 states and as far south as Alabama and New Mexico were able to see the northern lights.
The northern lights a long way south.
One of our viewers shared a spectacular light show in the night sky.
My first reaction was, I can't believe that I can see this from Indiana.
It's not a common occurrence. I mean, at 42, this is the first time I've ever seen it. Something went right, and these high-altitude red aurora were the result.
The idea came to me actually with Twitter. There was a storm and I did not know what Twitter was, and I got on there and I searched Northern Lights and I saw that people were actually reporting. And I thought, wow, that's a new source of data and we need to put those observations on a map.
Since observing an aurora from the ground is currently the best way to gather data on this event, it's really an ideal project for the public. If enough people report what they see, then we can create a real-time map of the auroras.
Aurorasaurus is a prototype website to connect space scientists, average citizen participants, school-age children, and anyone who's interested in the Aurora Borealis. Creating an environment like Aurorasaurus where people are interested in monitoring the aurora over time, a crowdsourced early warning system.
Combining a model and points of people-reported citizen science data.
It connects professional auroral scientists with people who are auroral enthusiasts out in the public. It connects people who take pictures with scientists. They troll Twitter looking for instances where people are saying they're seeing the aurora right now, and they make real-time maps of where the aurora probably is based on that. It's a really cool project, and it's called Aurorasaurus, and I would recommend to people, if you're interested in it, take a look at it.
And that included a couple solar storm fizzles that just didn't have the right configuration until, wait for it, bam, do you see that right there? That is one of the top 5 solar storms that have occurred in solar cycle 24.
The activity was strong all night. We got a really good response from users. 10% of our users actually were able to see aurora and report it on this night. Probably the best single night where we've really seen people using the site, so that's great.
If you look on the aurora map, you'll be able to see the pink and the purple bands. They're giving you an idea of where the aurora might be seen. And if you look for green spots on the map as well, that'll let you know that people in that area have seen the aurora.
We also got into a discovery because the photographers showed us a bunch of photos of something and we didn't know what it was. It's a new type of aurora. It's not the traditional aurora, which is this raining down of particles. It's this narrow east-west kind of structure in the sky.
I knew this was fundamentally different than any phenomena I had ever seen before in the night sky.
It was unlike most aurora. Talked to the scientists, we didn't know what it was.
But a group of aurora chasers in Alberta, Canada, started noticing this. What in the world is this?
Chris Ratzlaff posted on the page, why don't we call it Steve?
Even though citizen scientists kind of named the streak as a joke, scientists decided to roll with it, and they formally called this light the Strong Thermal Emission Velocity Enhancement, which is pretty amazing.
Steve is mostly a very narrow purple arc, and sometimes it has these little green features that go along with it as well that are kind of like waving fingers or a picket fence. That means that there's plasma physics happening up there to cause that light and to make these little discrete features that we don't understand. It's really exciting that people armed with cameras all over the globe can capture something that we didn't fully understand and shed new light on that.
But the new thing and the fundamentally different thing is the social media connection between these truly phenomenally talented amateur watchers of nature, and scientists who tend to focus on things that we already know is there.
The discovery of Steve helps highlight the importance of citizen science and the many ways in which professional scientists and enthusiastic amateurs can work together.
We now have some satellite observations from the ESA satellite called Swarm that show that Steve optically is associated with a very strong flow in the particles in the ionosphere, the upper level of our atmosphere.
If we want more accuracy, we need more sensors. One of those sensors could be the crowdsourced human contributions.
We and our devices become part of a network taking the pulse of the planet. And with it, a new type of scientist emerges. Not one that's separate from us, but one that ends the hierarchy. One who helps build and tend these networks. Ones that help us make sense of all that information so that the tiny everyday activities of ordinary people can be brought together to be forces of discovery. The core and the simplest thing we can do is to share data. And our individual data may feel insignificant, but collectively, it has the power to make discoveries that change the world. Citizen science is a movement that is challenging us to rethink how knowledge is made.
Citizen scientists that are making pictures for us are part of our science team. We show the pictures, and then there's a team of scientists, and some of them are atmospheric experts, and they're looking up going, what's that? You know, and now they're writing papers about the pictures that citizens from all walks of life have made.
Aurora means so much to so many people, and it's been really great to connect the science with that larger experience, and then with the awe that we all feel when we look at photographs of the beauty of the aurora.